Welcome everybody to the seasonal diet, eating what our ancestors ate when they ate it, like we were evolved to do. Portobello, finishing off mushroom week with the species that are native to Europe. We have mainly been speaking about the mushrooms that you can find in the north of Europe easily, but today we are speaking about my favorite mushroom for eating, the Portobello. It's actually closely related to the standard champignon mushroom that is most common to find in stores that most of you have seen, but the Portobello has some key differences. First, it tends to be a lot bigger. And second, you can already tell by the name of it, it's Italian, or at least, first cultivated on the large scale successfully in the Italian peninsula in a place called Portobello. Well, that's a big difference because most of the mushrooms were first cultivated on a wide scale in France. But like most of the other edible mushrooms, this one was also cultivated in France in the 1700s, and then they spread with the French cuisine, and then they started to expand out to the world after that. But it really took off in Italy, though, more than any other places because of the environment. First is because it's a lot better there. Most mushrooms grow in a damp, cool, dark places. So, of course, the climate in Northern Europe suits most mushrooms better, but Portobello mushrooms actually grow better in the south of Europe on places like manure heaps, garden vessels along roadsides, and they tend to grow better with a bit more fresh air and sun. Definitely, Portobello mushrooms would be in the ancestral diet more so of the southern European people. But remember, mushrooms may have not been cultivated until fairly recently in history. Like I said, these were cultivated in France in the 1700s, but they were foraged in the wild long before that, and they are a part of all of our ancestral diets. So even me in Scandinavia, my ancestral mushrooms would be more of the chanterelles and the champignons and some other ones like that like dark, damp climates. But there may very well have been Portobello mushrooms growing in some slightly warmer place in Scandinavia on my ancestors' land, or on a roadside, or in a sunny place. And it is a close relative of the standard champignon mushroom, which grows pretty much anywhere. Another difference though about the Portobello mushroom is they tend to be quite a lot more dense than other mushrooms, and of course the size of it makes it bigger. So that's actually the simple reason why it's my favorite mushroom. I like to just put it on the barbecue, because the other little shitty mushrooms, you put them on the barbecue and they just fall in between the grill into the fire, but a Portobello mushroom, you can just slap it all on the barbecue like a burger, flip it over, and then you put that on a hamburger or a big piece of steak. And of course, now is the perfect season for that in the seasonal diet. In the fall, right now, the seasonal diet, the European seasonal diet, is all about the fresh red meat, vegetables, and mushrooms right now in the fall. But that's just me, and that's how I like to cook it. But how about you guys? Any recipes? Any other mushrooms? I'll maybe do a couple more videos on mushrooms before mushroom week is over. But yeah, let us know if you'd like to see any others or any recipes you'd like these in.